This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
The primetime fisting. That's what today's show is called. Yep. The primetime fisting. Every single day I have to come up with a title for the show. So when we broadcast live, it shows that, and
you've
that
got
way,
mail.
When it turns into a podcast that you can listen to on iTunes or Spreaker or any of the above podcasting platforms. Are we on that? Yeah, we're on. What's the other one? SoundCloud. We're on SoundCloud too. We're all over the interwebs at the moment. Yeah, but I have to think of a title for the show every single time I start thinking about what I'm going to say on the show. Funkhauser's like, hey, I need a title. So today's show title, The Primetime Fisting. Why? Well, because of what's going on primetime television at the moment, up to and including the fisting, the anal, the pictures of men's genitalia. Yep, you can see this at 8 o'clock. I don't know. Is the FCC asleep at the wheel? I mean, I'm obviously someone who's not offended by a whole lot, but I don't know. The fact that those are managing to sneak through, that the people are managing to get away with FCC murder in this particular situation makes me wonder what the hell is going on. So we'll get into all of that today. Before we do that, though, I wanted to talk a little bit, and I know you're bored to death of hearing about the election and the fallout from the election and what it means moving forward. And if you're on the right, there's a good chance that you are rejoicing. You're like, yeah, Republicans have control of the House and Senate. Things are going to be different. And if you are, need to smoke a cigarette. And if you are on the left, you're like, woe is me. Time to start figuring out how to emigrate to Canada. Oh, alackaday, forsooth. The end is definitely nigh. Hogwash, all of it. I heard so many people wake up. I heard so many people on talk shows and just, around the office and just everywhere you went. People talking about, oh, today's a good morning. Woke up feeling great because, once again, beast elephant republicanism has control of two branches of government, and that's a wonderful thing. Or I heard people go, oh, I woke up this morning and everything seemed bleak. Really? I found things on either side of the political fence, campaign issues that people really dug their heels in over, to be absolutely morally reprehensible. And these were platforms people were running on. Things like getting rid of a woman's right to choose. And on the left, some of the most shameless pandering I have ever seen to uneducated black voters. And I say uneducated. All right, no, I'll say it. Stupid black voters. Not saying that black voters are stupid, but I'm saying the people that they were going after were stupid. Same way people on the right go after moronic, non-opposable, thumb-having, mud hut-dwelling husbands and sister wives. People on the left were going after stupid black people. Because when someone's an idiot, they're that much easier to convince of something that is wildly far-fetched. And the pandering I saw to idiots, white idiots on the right, was just morally reprehensible. The pandering I saw to black idiots on the left, morally reprehensible. And you know what? If you're too stupid to realize on either side of the political fence that you're being pandered to in that kind of way, oh, yeah, or taking a stand for family values, gays coming to get you and your blood relative that you had children with. So you got to be careful of that. I can stop it if you elect me. Or the kind of shameless, the stuff I heard coming from the left with regard to pandering to uneducated, idiotic black voters. And hear me on this. I am not in any way, shape or form saying that black people or black voters are stupid or uneducated. But the people they were going after in this situation had to be stupid, had to be uneducated to fall for the line of BS. And you know what? To their credit, didn't appear that they did fall for the line of BS because, look at folks like Wendy Davis with her last-ditch attempt to win black voters. A hip-hop beat with someone that sounded like Billy D. Williams going, oh, hell no, not Greg Abbott. No, you can't possibly allow this guy, this racist, to be a part of our judiciary process. No, I was like, really? Seriously? And at the end, it's like, paid for by Wendy Davis. Uh-huh. Shameful and horrendous and horrible. And the people that woke up feeling sad are the people that woke up feeling happy as a result of who was elected. Well, your life's a rather small thing. If that's what makes you rise and shine in the morning, who's elected. If that's what causes you the doom and gloom where you have to stay in bed, yeah. It's time to do a little bit of self-examination. See, here's the thing, though. America is set up in such a way that free thinkers, people that have opinions of their own, that think things through, that take things in, that reach their own conclusions, that know where their own moral compasses, true north is. We don't reward that in this country. We reward joiners. We reward people that like to join groups and give up the ability to think for themselves. And if there's anything this election could or should tell us, it's why it's so important that we not be that at the moment. Why? We'll get to it.
You tried your best just sucked without enough, so hang it up, just give it up. It's time somebody let you know that you will never be good enough. You will never be one of us. You will never be good.
iHeartRadio presents the Soundgarden Top 10. Number 10. Been away too long. Number 9, by Crooked Steps. Number 8, Live to Rise. Number 7, The Day I Tried to Live. Number 6, Rusty Cage. Number 5, Outshined. Number 4, Burden in My Hand. Number 3, Fell on Black Days. Number 2, Spoon Man. Number 1, Black Hole Sun. Hear more of Soundgarden right now on iHeartRadio at keyword Soundgarden.
Hey, you, what's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. ADV, get it down when you're rocking the jams. Here I am, going back once again. I'm ruling all.
So, as you and I were saying, there's a lot of people right now that are getting their, they're letting the state of, they're letting the state of the House and the Senate dictate their happiness or lack thereof, which is an incredibly sad thing to live at the effect of. Look, as you and I were discussing, shameless pandering on either side. The Republicans did a fantastic job of shamelessly pandering to uneducated white people, idiot white people, non-opposable thumb having mud hut dwelling husbands and sister wives reproducing with blood relatives. They did a fantastic job of getting that particular vote out. And it failed. And this is more, it's almost a credit to Democrats that the shameless race pandering failed. And you know what? I've always been that guy that wanted to sort of, I don't know. I never wanted to see, and I find idiocy on either side of the political fence, but I never wanted to see that kind of race baiting coming from the party that alleges to advocate for minorities. But it was just disgusting. It was hideous. It was shameless. The entire, well, like we said, I don't know if you heard that Wendy Davis ad, the one where basically they got a hip-hop beat and got a Billy D. Williams sound-alike going, oh, hell no, not Greg Abbott. Can you imagine what he would do to us as black people? It was horrendous. And at the end, paid for by Wendy Davis. And to the credit of black voters, that did not get them out to vote for Democrats. And that sort of thing went on all over the country. And I couldn't think of a clearer illustration of the fact that the people who are running for elected office find us, the American people, to be a bunch of idiots. And if we're not idiots, they're not interested in us. Look, a fool and his money soon parted. A fool and his money, well, you can part that fool from his money. It can go straight into your campaign finance coffers, and you can get him out to vote, too. People always say to me, because I don't drink, and I have to go out a lot of the time for radio station events, and I work for a bunch of rock stations, and I have to go out all the time, and people tend to be a few sheets to the wind when you get to the concert or when you get to the club or wherever the hell it is you happen to be, and people are like, you don't drink. How can you deal with annoying drunk people? I'm like, oh, annoying drunk people are really easy to deal with. An annoying drunk person comes up to you like, hey, man, you got that guy from the radio station? How come you don't play more Megadeth? And all I have to do is go, oh, look, isn't that Dave Mustaine over there? I believe that's Lars from Metallica. What? Where? Bye. I don't got to deal with them. Drunk people are easy to deal with. They're easy to sidestep. They're easy to manipulate so you don't have to put up with their BS. They come to you with legitimate questions they formed out 5 beers ago, asking you questions about the radio station and what you do and the things you say. And because they're speaking fluent drunkenese by the time they make their way over to you, it's a really easy situation to weasel out of. And, you know, you can distract them, you can pander to them, and you can make them get the hell off of your back. All while remaining a dedicated listener. Look, I'm not trying to come across as draconian how I treat people that are good enough to listen to my show, but, you know, when I don't drink and you've had 7 or 8 beers, you and I don't have a lot to talk about. We don't have a lot in common. But it's the sober folks that walk up to me challenging what I say on the radio, challenging the music that I play on the radio. Well, I can't just fob them off. I can't get rid of them. I have to engage in a real dialogue. I have to be, well, accountable to them. It's that same accountability that politicians, well, it just takes a lot of time. Being accountable involves answering questions. Being accountable involves being open to dialogue with people. And look, I don't have to do it. I'm not a public servant. I work for a company, but I am part of a community. And that's why when people want to engage in intelligent conversation, and it doesn't even have to be intelligent, it just has to not be drunk out of your freaking ever-loving mind. That's why I'm more than happy to have the dialogue with people. It's time-consuming. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it's part and parcel of the gig. And like I said, I don't love it, but I feel morally obligated to do it. But it's an exhausting time suck. And politicians don't want to deal with the exhausting time suck. They don't want to deal with the sober, erudite questions. They don't want to engage in the dialogue. They don't want to have anything to do with intelligent voters, because intelligent voters ask questions and hold you accountable. Nope. They'd rather pander to idiots. And if you're